Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. It's Judy Klock here at Stampin' with Crafty Klock, and we're going to get started with our secret stamping. We're going to give people a little bit of time to try to find us, and we'll see if anybody pops on. Hopefully, we'll get a few people to play along tonight. If not, I'm just going to go through the hints really quickly, and then you can watch it on replay and make the card. All right, let's just see if anybody pops on. Now, I did have a slight typo. Hey, Marcia, how are you? I did have a slight typographical error on one of the measurements for the designer series paper. It should actually be 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. So I apologize for that. I try to be extra careful when I'm typing these out, but sometimes I just make a mistake. So apologies for that. But anyway, let's go ahead and give everybody just another minute or two to pop on. Everybody, if you're coming on here, tell me what the weather's like in your neck of the woods today. It was hot and humid today here in Virginia, and then it rained, so it's a little bit cooler now, thankfully. Anybody else? Marcia, how's your weather? Okay. I want to make sure. Can you hear? I'm hoping you can hear me, Marcia, that the audio is coming through. I always try to make sure because I have to mute one camera and make sure the other one is picking up. And sometimes with the AirPods, it doesn't quite pick up correctly. All right, cool and rainy. Well, I guess that's better than hot and humid. Yep, everybody. So if you're just joining us, I did have a incorrect measurement. Hey, Claudette, it's 99 degrees there. Claudette, the designer series paper should be 2 3/4 by 4. I had an incorrect measurement. So if you need to take some more time to cut that new piece of designer series paper, go ahead and take that time right now. I apologize for the typo. Sometimes when I do these, I was rushing to get it done on Friday, and I was thinking of a different measurement, and I just typed in the wrong number. So I apologize for that. So let's just give everybody a chance to cut that, and then we will jump in. While you guys are cutting that, we ladies are cutting that, I'm just going to go ahead and read the remaining clues from hint 1, the remaining measurements. So you needed a piece of cardstock that was cut to 4 1/4 by 11, and you scored that at 5.5. Okay, that's fine. Okay, then you needed a piece of basic white cardstock that was 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Another piece of coordinating cardstock that was 2 1/4 by 4. And by coordinating, I mean just a different color from your card base, as long as it works with your designer series paper or whatever it is that you're using. Then you needed a piece of basic white cardstock, about 2 by 3 3/4 at the largest, but use whatever size is going to work for the image that you've picked. Then you need basic white cardstock for a sentiment. Again, 3/4 by 2 inches or whatever size you need for your sentiment. A stamp set with images and sentiments. If you have matching dies, that's great. If not, maybe a scissor to fussy cut something if you want to fussy cut something. Coordinating inks and embellishments. All right, so those are our dimensions. So let's go and start on our second hint. All right, so with the 11-inch side at the top of your paper trimmer, you want to cut 2.5 inches from the front of the card. Doesn't matter which end you do it from, actually, because whatever end you end up taking that 2.5 inches from, that will now become your card front. So when you're done, your card, when it's open, should be 4 1/4 by 8.5, and you're going to have that other little 2.5 piece by 4 1/4 piece that we're just going to put off to the side for later on. Claudette, is September slowing down for you? I know you said you were really busy for August because it was your birthday month. You're a busy woman, Claudette. All right, you're all done with number 2. Let's move on to number 3. Now you want to stamp a sentiment. If you want to do this, this is for the inside piece. On the large piece of basic white, if you want to stamp a sentiment, go ahead and do it. Try to make sure that it's centered on that piece of white paper. And then we're going to put that off to the side until hint number 6. It's still really busy for you. You are a busy woman, Claudette. A very busy woman. So I got to spend a nice afternoon with my kids yesterday. We took them out to lunch and we got ice cream, and then we went, my son's birthday is on the 18th, and he's so hard to buy for because he never says what he needs. But he needed some new clothes. He's got his first work conference to attend, and he's all excited. So we needed some new dress pants. So we went out shopping and got him some clothes for his birthday. So it was a nice afternoon. It was a good day. And then tomorrow they're coming out here for like a little Labor Day shindig. And hopefully we'll have fun. The Red Hat chapter are very active right now. Are they getting ready for like a big convention or something, Claudette? Is that why they're so busy? And don't forget, let me know when you're done with hint number 3. And then we can move on. I've got 2 of the 6 fur babies down here with me, and they're both sleeping. So let's hope that they stay sleeping. Okay, how you doing there, Marcia? Are we done with number 3? Can we move on to number 4? Oh, that's one reason. Also, everyone is trying to be busy. Almost. All right. So I got to make 35 of these little, they're little mini Hershey bars in there. They're one of the networking groups I work with is I'm doing a kids collective where they have the kids and they like encourage like young entrepreneurship. So I said I'd make 35 of these to put in the goodie bag. So our symbol for our collectives is the butterfly. So I'm going to cut out 35 little butterflies and put them on there, and then a little label that says the Collectives Kids Academy. So that's what I was working on today, getting the template for that done. I have to have them done by the 20th, but I'll do them. We're going out camping this weekend, so hopefully I'll bring all my stuff with me and cut and measure and get them all put together. So that should be good. I could sit around the campsite outside and get all that stuff done because there's not a lot stamping. It's all just going to be like cutting and scoring, so it should be good. All right, you ready for number 4? Okay, so now we want to take the smaller piece of our basic white cardstock, and we're going to stamp our focal image on that. So once you've stamped it, if you need to like die cut that or punch it out, go ahead and do that. And then we're just going to put that off to the side until later on in our hints. We'll use that again at hint number 9, just if you're trying to keep track of when we're going to use things again. So did anybody get any of the new Perfect Partners dot matching dies? I got the ones for this birthday piggy. Oh my gosh, I love them. I wasn't going to get that set. I was like, I don't know. I'm just not sure about it. And then when I saw they had dies for it, I'm like, all right. So I was playing with that on Thursday night at my other live video. And I had so much fun with them. I just think it's a fun set. It just brought a smile to my face. Oh, good, Claudette. How'd they come out? Send me some pictures. I can't wait to see them. That'll be good. And now that you have the tutorial, you can use those designs for whatever else you want. So my goal is at some point is to assemble these Sunday secret stamping hints and put them into a tutorial. That's kind of on the back burner. I've got so many other projects. I've got a couple of, really two craft fairs that are coming up in like late November, December. But I got to start now making things so I have enough. I have enough cards, but I always like to have a couple of little gift items. So last week, I think I showed you, I had these little boxes that I made. And I put like 3 little bath bombs in them. And I still have to finish them. I have to like put a little tag or something on there. But for now, so I need to make these. I don't know if I'm going to, I bought these. I don't know. They were in the dollar store. They're little emery boards and they come with like their own little case. So it'd be great to like throw in your purse. But I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. So that is TBD. Well, so I started doing this, but I'm like, I always do my prototypes out of like retired cardstock. So this is that old pineapple punch. Because I figured if I'm going to do a prototype, I'm going to do it on stuff that's retired. Because I can't really use that for like cards and stuff, that I'm doing for classes. So I always keep the retired cardstock for my prototype. So if I end up wasting something. Oh my goodness, 23 more. Wow, that's a lot of cards, Claudette, but good for you. So yeah, I thought the bewitching set was kind of fun. So I know today was Natalie's birthday. I know she stamps with us quite often, and we had fun with that. We've got, pardon me, we got bingo coming up on September 24th. That registration is still open. So I think almost all those cards are going to be fun folds. I know I've done 2 fun folds, and I think Patty has done the 2 fun folds also. How you doing with number 4, Marcia? Are we moving along with that one? I want to make sure that we can get that done and move on. Again, I don't know why everything always looks crooked. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just crooked. Who knows? Almost. All right. We're just moving along. This is probably one of the hardest steps, because if you're using dies or fussy cutting, that takes a bit of time. So I try to make sure that I don't do too much of that. I know Maureen was saying that some of my cards were a little hard. So I'm hoping that this one, I don't think this one is too hard. I guess it could be considered a fun fold. Maybe because it's a little bit different, but who knows? But we'll see. Oh, no, Claudette. Well, we'll miss you. Everybody always asks where you are when you're not there. Like, where's Claudette? I'm like, she couldn't come this time. So just know that you are missed. The Stampers always love having you on. You and your roommate. I think she popped over to visit me the other day because I took one of my stamp set that I was going to work with and I put it down and I got like all the other supplies ready. And when I went to go find the stamp, I'm like, I literally just had that set. Where did it go? And I was looking for it for like probably 15 minutes and then I found it. But okay, let's go on. So number 5 is, so now you want to stamp your sentiment on the smallest piece of basic white cardstock. And we're going to put that to the side until 11. Now, again, if you're not using a sentiment for the front of your card, that's fine. You don't have to do that. That is just your call, whether or not you want to, have a sentiment on the front of your card. My little deaf shepherd, who I love him, but he's a little crazy. The last couple of mornings, he's been getting me up at like 4 or 4:30. So I am a little bit tired. a little bit tired. So, but he's a cutie pie. He's right down by my feet sleeping right now. He's definitely a mama's boy. He loves hanging out with me. All right. So, hey, if you're just joined us, let us know where you're watching from. We love to know where all our friends are coming from. And if you do tune in late, you can always go back and start over. How do you find a demonstrator in my area? I would love to go to on stage, but I would like to go with someone. So, Claudette, I think if you like under the demonstrator website, there is that Stampin, is it called Stampin Connection? I think. And a lot of times you can just put in there that, hey, I'm looking for like a roommate for on stage. And I don't know where it is in California that, but you could just like put in there that you're looking for a demonstrator to go from your area to go with. So that would be, I think it's called Stampin' Connection. That would be my best bet. The other one, there's lots of Facebook groups popping up. Like there's one for Pittsburgh, On Stage Pittsburgh. So I think if you look in Facebook for like On Stage and the name of the city that you want to go to, you will probably find a Facebook group. And then you can look in there for someone who might be going that you could go with. Those would be my two suggestions. So, or I don't know if they would allow you to do something like that in Demonstrator Planning Place, but you might be able to try. I don't know. They're pretty picky about what they allow to be posted in that one. Okay, you're done with number 5. Great. Here we go. All right. So now for number 6, we want to take the large piece of basic white cardstock from hint 3 and put it on the inside of our card. You know me, I love to have that white piece on the inside of the card. I just think it makes it look really finished, really nice. So actually I do a swap. It's called the 6 swap. There's a group of 7 and you sign up for it, and every month for 6 months, you send the other 6 people a card and you get 6 cards back. I've been doing it for a while. I really like it. And so one of the designs from tonight, that I'm going to show you at the end, I am doing for my 6th swap. So, and I just got my new list, and I don't think it's anybody I've ever swapped with before. So I'm kind of excited. I always like seeing what other ideas people come up with. I think there's just so many creative people out there. It's always great to see what everybody else is doing. Because sometimes we can get stuck in a rut. So it's really nice to be able to get new, fresh ideas from other demonstrators. All right, so we've got our hint 6 coming along. We're just taking that large piece of basic white cardstock and putting it down on the inside of our card. Okay. So I can't believe we're into the Burr months already. September, October, November, December. You know that from this point on, the rest of the year is going to be gone in a flash. I don't know why, but it seems as soon as we hit September, it just goes into hyperspeed and just goes. But I'm excited to go out camping this weekend. We haven't been in a while. It'll be nice to get away and just have a little bit of a change of scenery. So, all right, done number 6. Let's move on. Okay, so now you want to take your piece of designer series paper and add it to the front of the card, that little piece that's like 3 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Just put your designer series paper right on that piece. So I'm trying something new tomorrow. I'm going to make an apple cobbler. We're having my kids and a couple of friends over. So I want to make an apple cobbler, and I'm going to try to make cinnamon ice cream, homemade cinnamon ice cream. So I made the base tonight. It's got to cool down. So tomorrow I'll put it in the ice cream freezer and start churning. So I'll let you know how it turns out. Hopefully it'll be good. I just thought cinnamon ice cream would be kind of good with like an apple cobbler. So, and I got the shrimp marinating, so I'm going to go marinate the chicken later. I'm going to throw some stuff on the grill, some vegetables, cut up some fruit, call it done. Let's hope. Fingers crossed that it all turns out good. So I've made peach cobbler before. I think I've made apple cobbler before. I don't know. I like it because it's kind of like a deconstructed apple pie, a lot less work. All right, number 8. So now you want to add the coordinating cardstock to the piece that you cut off. So that 2.5 inch by 4.25 inch piece from hint 2, you want to go ahead and put your coordinating cardstock on top of that piece. That's going to come in and play a part in our card, which I think you probably knew that we were going to have that happen. But anybody else have plans for tomorrow? Anybody gonna do any like last hurrah for the summer barbecue or go enjoy a barbecue? What's everybody doing for Labor Day? Okay, number 9. Moving on to number 9. Okay. So now you want to take that small piece that you put your focal image on, and you want to put it onto the piece that you just made from the previous hint. You want to put it on that little 2.5 by 4.25 inch piece. Kind of center it on that piece. Now, if you're not done, you can skip this step. We can actually add it later, but I wanted to give you the option now. If you have that piece ready, this is when you want to put it on. So let me know when you're done. Friend's house to play cards, and we are potlucking. Ooh, so what are you making, Claudette? I love potlucks. You know why I love potlucks? Because people always make their best recipes for a potluck. So you know everything is going to be delicious. All right. So now you want to take that piece that we just worked on, that little 2.5 by 4.25 inch piece, and you want to turn it so that the 4.25 inch piece is horizontal and the 2.5 inch side is vertical. So you're going to turn it so it's long ways. So if you have your card, if this is your card in front of you, right? You got your card here. We want to put that piece like that. Okay. This is our card. We're going to put that piece like that. Okay. Everybody understand what I'm talking about? I hope. Baked beans. Yum. I love baked beans. Do you make yours from scratch or do you open a can? And if you make yours from scratch, would you be willing to send me the recipe? I have no shame in asking. I'm terrible. I mean, if it's an old family recipe, I get it. I understand, but all right. So once you've turned that piece so that the 4-inch side is horizontal and the 2.5 inch side is vertical, you want to place adhesive on the left side of that piece only, going about 1.5 inches from the left edge. And you want to adhere it to the card front, center it top to bottom, and have those right edges even. Okay. Hopefully this is all making sense. Sometimes it's really hard to write. You open a can. Okay. Sometimes it's really hard to write out the directions so that you can explain it to people, because I have to write them out so that you can understand them without seeing them. So if you don't understand, please don't hesitate to ask. All right. How are we doing? Everybody good? Got it? Okay. All right. So are we ready to go on to number 11? Okay, done, Tim. I guess we're ready to go on. All right. So now you want to adhere your sentiment from hint 5 to the card front, placing it where you think it looks best, because it might look better like underneath your focal image. It might look better to the left, the right, the top. So place it in a way where you think it looks best. I do like bushes too. I think they're very good. Now, do you add like a little bit of stuff to it? Because I kind of like doctor mine up sometimes. Like I might throw in like maybe a little brown sugar, a little honey, and kind of Just make them a little more something, something. Okay, so that was number 11. Okay. All right, we have one more left. All right, everybody think they know what it's going to look like? I mean, obviously, Marcia, you do because you're almost done. So you should definitely know what it's going to look like by now. All right, once you've got your sentiment on there, let me know. We'll go on to this is our final clue. Our final clue is coming up, and you know what I'm going to say. You doctor it up, and this is general. Oh, ground beef. I never thought about that. Okay, so now go ahead and add your embellishments as desired. And let me show you, I've actually done 3 samples because this card can open in a variety of ways. So here's my one sample. Okay, so I've got my designer series paper. I chose to stamp on the coordinating cardstock, and then I used my die because sometimes you can use these dies, even though it's made to cut out like a stamped image or a more filigreed image. I stamped my sentiment on there, and then I just added. So I used Evening Evergreen and Pool Party. And then I just used one of the like little splatter things. So this one opens top. Okay. So that's one. Then I took this birthday piggy. Don't you? I love these colors together. And this one opens on the side. Okay. So the little balloon. What I should have done, I should have colored this with the Stampin' Write markers and not the blends, but live and learn. So that's the other way that you can open it. So you can open it from the left, just like a regular card, or you can do it here, like I did this one, and open it from the bottom. So, boop. So there are 3, same card, same design, but 3 different, just depends on how you orient it. You have really 3 different looks. All right. So that is it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I will see. Oh, I won't be on next Sunday because I'll be on vacation. So I'll be back in 2 weeks. I will see you all in 2 weeks. Thanks, Marcia. You have a great week. I'll see you when I get back from vacation, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.